We're only 5 days away from our dream trip to Thailand. Come and plan it with us. Welcome back to our channel.
As you may already know, we have 3 weeks in Thailand planned, which is coming up very shortly, so let's get planning. To start things off, we are heading off on the 27th of August this month, which is only 5 days away now, and from there we are spending around 3.5 weeks and arriving back around the 19th of September.
Since Thailand is such a large country, we decided to stick to one area, which is up north.
The north is known to be very cultural, full of many temples and amazing activities to do, so let's get to our plan. So where shall we start?
As it's the capital and it's the one place we're flying into, let's start with Bangkok. Known as the City of Smiles, this is sure to be a great place to start our trip.
Bangkok is a huge city and boasts so many fun activities, including
the ancient city, which is something we are doing for Jack's birthday. We will be going to lots of different temples such as Watarun. I think the lying down Buddha would be one of them. Yeah. I cannot remember the name, so I will insert it here. We're going to lots of street markets. We're going to Boat Noodle Alley, which is something we've highly seen recommended, including some just general trips. We've also seen there is the largest 7-Eleven in Bangkok, or Thailand, I think, so we are making sure we visit there.
So obviously we've got a lot on the agenda in terms of visiting Bangkok, so we are roughly going to spend around 4 to 5 days there, which will lead us onto our first location completed. Hopefully we get it all done and all sorted and onto the second. After Bangkok, we plan to head up north into Chiang Mai, which is roughly a 12-hour journey. In Chiang Mai, it's one of the largest cities in the north other than Bangkok, and they have a bit more of an authentic feel compared to what Bangkok offers, so it should be good to explore in there.
Chiang Mai offers a large range of activities to do, from Muay Thai fights to visiting elephant sanctuaries, cooking classes and so much more.
We have all these things in store and planned for Chiang Mai, including a few other odd bits, as well as visiting some local markets and even a water park, which looks pretty fun there.
Next on our itinerary is Pai.
Pai is a small town in the quaint hills of Thailand, which is quite rural and small, has a few small streets, but other than that doesn't really boast too much more, but has a large amount of activities that we look to get involved in.
Pai is known as one of those traveller spots. Tipsy tubing is something that is very popular in Pai. It's not something we will be doing on our trip. However, for people who do want to go to Thailand, this is something a lot of people do recommend.
However, we do look to visit some of the bamboo bridges that they have in store, as well as some sunset spots. They also have some waterfalls and some cool caves out in the suburbs, in the hills somewhere deep dark over there. So that's where we will be heading. So we'll be sure to check them out. Of course, we're looking to spend around 3 days here before moving on to our next location.
We will note for Pai or Chiang Rai, I believe we are planning to try and visit a local Karen village. So we're not sure if we will be doing this or not, and for which location it will be, but this should be somewhere in our itinerary.
Yeah.
Chiang Rai is somewhere that I have added to our itinerary, somewhere that I have really wanted to go, but Jack didn't actually know too much about. Those of you who scroll through Instagram for the aesthetic travels, Chiang Rai is probably something you will have seen but maybe not known the name of. From the big large white temple to another extremely large blue temple, alongside so many more picturesque things to see, Chiang Rai is somewhere we are adding to our itinerary, and we are planning to spend about 4 nights here.
Now we only have one location left really in terms of our time frame. So Mae Hong Son is one of them, or potentially Koh Tao as well.
Mae Hong Son is a Chinese village that is close to the Chinese-Thailand border. It is Chinese settlement, I believe, but in Thailand, so you have very much cross-culture. It's supposed to be a very beautiful place to visit. However, we didn't include this in our final itinerary.
No, we decided to go to Koh Tao instead. Koh Tao is a place where Amy's wanted to visit for a while, and the reason we've added it is we actually have no beach locations in store for this whole Thailand trip, so let's include one. Mae Hong Son doesn't include it, and obviously Koh Tao does. I think it'd be a great place for us to settle down towards the end of our trip, enjoy some snorkeling, see some beautiful beaches and wildlife, and just enjoy the last few days before heading home.
So that is the rough itinerary for our trip. We are heading to these places as mentioned. However, for this trip, we are trying to keep to a very tight schedule.
So let's get into the day-to-day activities, actions and plans that we have in store. This won't be necessarily day by day in terms of schedule, but each day we'll have a rough guide of what we'll be doing, and whatever day we choose, we'll be deciding on when we're there, how we're feeling and what we can get up to. So let's get right into the plan.
So the way that we are planning each location is day by day we will have a set itinerary, however these will not be linked to each certain day. This means that when we're in Bangkok we will have 4 separate itineraries, and then day by day we can choose which one we want to be doing.
Very simple. So let's get straight into it.
Something that I do want to know coming up for our trip, obviously this is as planning for our trip to Thailand. We have made some travel guides that we will be following very closely in an upcoming video. It will likely be the next video we post, which is where we go through how we are packing for Thailand, what not to miss, maybe some things you don't necessarily have to bring that we are choosing to bring, and much more. But we will link our packing guides below, which you can find them. They're only $5.99 for a pack of 6 checklists, which will cover all of your travel types, from slow travel, short trips, long backpacking trips, winter holidays, summer holidays, you name it, we have linked it down below.
So as we have 4 days in Bangkok, we've split it into different activities on each day. So one of the days we will be going to the large Buddha and then heading off to Boat Noodle Alley, as well as just wandering around, getting used to being in Bangkok and just exploring the small streets that they have there. One day will be dedicated towards just visiting quirky cafes and exploring some of the niche areas of the large city, and as well as heading to the Michelin star restaurant, which is located in Bangkok, which we will be doing a video on, just to seeing what the tastes are and if it lives up to the hype of a Michelin star.
One of our days will also be a temple day, including visits to Wat Arun and the Temple of the Emerald Buddha. This will also be likely followed by a food tour around Bangkok.
For my birthday, we are planning to head off to the ancient city, which is full of many temples, all in the shape of Thailand and the outline of the country, and then we'll be heading off to the largest 7-Eleven that exists, which is in the centre of Bangkok, which should be a fun experience, as well as going to the market and going off for dinner to a boat restaurant, which should be really interesting and fun to do. So we have a jam-packed day there. So that is our 4 days planned in Bangkok, and then we head off to Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai has some amazing activities to do, and none better than heading off to see the elephants at one of the sanctuaries. Here we'll also be doing one of the cooking classes on that day as well, so we're sure to get involved and learn more about the culture and the food of Thailand.
Jack has also decided he wants to do a Muay Thai class while we're in Chiang Mai, potentially an additional Muay Thai fight as watching it. This will likely also be followed by a night market in the evening, just to break up the day a bit.
And explore the different types of food that is on offer, and some of maybe the wacky tastes of Thailand. As we know, it's full of different flavours and foods. The last day that we have planned in Chiang Mai is actually heading off to a monk trail, which will be a nice chilled out walk for us, breaking up the days from busy days from the elephants and Chiang Mai Muay Thai classes and all that type of stuff, as well as just walking around the city and just soaking it all up before we head on. We might actually be doing a elephant poo paper park as well, which we learn how they turn poo into paper from elephants. So that'd be pretty interesting. Potentially head off there, and that'll be the end of our Chiang Mai trip.
For Pai, we've got a pretty easy itinerary planned, including the first day we are planning to do a street market alongside a waterfall visit and maybe some yoga.
Yeah, and for the other days we also have some cave exploring to do. There is a local cave out there which sounds really interesting, as well as heading off into a beautiful location where a sunset drops over the mountains, over the forest, with such scenic views, so we'll be sure to get some amazing shots there.
Our last day will likely be filled with visiting a bamboo bridge and doing some crossbow shooting, which is very exciting. Jack has done this before, however he wants to take me along with it again. And
it is an old way that some of the locals used to catch their food back in the day, so it'll be quite interesting to see how good we are at shooting a crossbow. So next we're heading all the way up to Chiang Rai, and this is full of a lot of temples, so apologies if I butcher any of the names. We'll be heading off to the white and the blue temple, the blue temple being Wat Rung Suden and the white temple being Wat Rung Kun, and as well we'll be heading off apparently to the white Buddha, which Aimee knows quite a bit about, called Wat Hui Klang Kang. Hopefully I pronounced them right.
They sounded butchered, but we will live.
So that's one of the days planned, and then the rest of the days would be heading off to a museum, which sounds pretty cool.
Ban Dam Museum. It's kind of known as the Black Temple, but it's supposed to be quite cool to visit.
There's also the Wat Ming Muang Temple, which is a city temple, which would be really interesting to see, as well as some of the other days, including a trip to some local waterfalls, which Aimee's never been to a waterfall, so that would be
Sadly.
really cool for Aimee, as well as a national park called the Pulango National Park.
And it looks stunning.
Has
The views.
Wow. Amazing views, so we cannot wait to go there.
And finally, we will be ending our trip in Koh Tao.
We will. We have not too much planned in Koh Tao, as we'll be looking to chill out from all the busy activities that we had in store on all our other locations, but we will be prioritising snorkeling. Of course, as it's an island, we'll be spending a lot of time by the beach, so beach and snorkeling, we need to be at the ready for that. A lot of swimming about. We're looking to potentially even see some sharks, which will be pretty cool and local to Koh Tao, as well as a range of other marine animals.
There is an opportunity for cliff jumping, which is at Tannote Bay. I personally will not be doing this, however, Jack might do this.
Maybe, see if I fancy it at the time. Hopefully I'm not too tired, and I'm sure it will create some amazing content for you guys, as well as potentially even heading off to an abandoned hotel, which is up a trail in one of the, I believe, in one of the hills of Koh Tao. Is that right?
It's known to be a hike. Quite a few of the hostels offer it as a trip, so it'll be quite cool to see why the hotel has just been abandoned and kind of see what's there in an abandoned place.
Yeah, so that's our plan for all of our locations. We have it roughly broken down in that set order. We're not sure what day we'll be doing what, but really we have an idea, so to speak, of how we'll do it, and I suppose we'll just wing it on the go, which sounds pretty interesting and pretty fun, chop and change wherever we need. But that is our rough plan.
I hope you really enjoyed planning our trip with us. Be sure to subscribe below, because these will all be videos as we go along Thailand. So if you subscribe, you'll see all the upcoming videos.
Make sure to like the video as well if you enjoyed it, and let us know if you have or will be visiting Thailand anytime soon. It's a place that I've been to and love. Aimee, on her bucket list, she cannot wait. So we'd love to know how you find Thailand, or if you really want to go and where you want to go, and which of our itineraries or days sound the best to you. We'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below.
Also, just a key note, please comment down below if there's anything you would add to our itinerary.
Yes.
Obviously, you know the key places we're visiting. If you have any recommendations outside of what we've said, do please let us know, as we would really appreciate it.
Yeah, that would be amazing, and thank you very much for, well, planning our trip with us. And we cannot wait to show you all the amazing content we have in store for you at Thailand. So there's nothing further to do other than
see you in the next one.
pack our bags and go to Thailand.
Bye.
Bye.